Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to our meeting this afternoon about National Independent Costume Store Day. Uh, it's a super cool new thing that the NCA has launched or is in the process of launching. And today we're going to talk about the basics of it and take your questions and just get ready to celebrate. It's going to be a really cool event. We're very excited about it. As I mentioned, this is a conversation. It's not just me yapping. It's not some board members talking. We want to have a conversation with the NCA members and make sure that we are answering your questions and and just making sure everyone is excited about this event. It's something that we've been planning and is going to be cool. So, if you have questions during the conversation, you can use the chat tab or the Q&A tab, whatever you've got, to ask questions, and we'll put them out there. Or you can just speak up and ask your question. That's totally fine. Um, I'm just going to start and move through the slides here.
If you can mute everybody while you're talking, Ed, that'd probably be a good idea.
Yeah, let me do that.
Hello.
All right, I think everyone is muted here now. Okay, great. Um, so, um, what are we doing for this special day? Um, the NCA itself is going to handle the national media of it, the national publicity, the national marketing. We're going to get the ball rolling. On the day itself and leading up to the day, the NCA members who are participating will have the opportunity to do stuff. That is going to be key. The NCA is going to lay down the big stuff on the top, but then the individual stores will do the work to get the customers in the door. But we're going to help you. We're going to do everything we can to make sure that there is good vibes and good media about this on the national level. And we're going to help you do everything that you need to do at the local level to make this happen. So, what are we doing nationally? Uh, we are getting the word out. We have some proclamation requests that are going to go out. And proclamations are, like the state of Illinois says so and so declares that this is a day to celebrate, et cetera, et cetera. We have that language, and we're going to handle some of that on the national level. We're going to blanket the press with press releases, national and local media, so that we can get the word out, at least get the word brewing on what's going on here. But we're not going to just send out those press releases willy-nilly. I mean, we will send them out in mass, but we'll also take the time to focus on contacting directly some key influencers, some key columnists who write about these types of issues and who have a following so that they can get the word out to their followers. It's all about building this vibe, building this movement for this day. And of course, social media will play a big part in that. We are asking, we are doing on our own level the social media, but we also are providing the tools so that our members, both the buyer members and the vendor members, can help us spread the word on social media to hopefully get the word out about this day. And then in the few weeks leading up to the day itself, we will invest some money in Google Ads to drive that traffic. So when people search for costume shop or Halloween costumes or good place to buy costumes, all that kind of stuff, they will get the Google ad pop up that says, "Hey, Independent Costume Store Day. Click here to learn more about this," et cetera, et cetera. And all of this media will be directed to getting people to your store That's a key part of the program here. We are going to be asking the stores to tell us what they are doing. Tell us what kind of events you're having. Tell us if you're having a sale. Tell us if you're having a, face painting or pumpkin carving or something. We will list all those activities on the site for this day so that when someone clicks on this Google ad, it'll take them right there and they can find that. They can say, oh, look, I'm in Chicago and Chicago Costume is having some horror movie star signing autographs. I'm going to go. So that kind of stuff is going to happen. That's what the NCA is doing on the big level to get the word out about this. Now, a key part of the deal is an NCA member packet. This is where we're going to provide the tools to the members for them to do what they need to do at their own store and at the local level in order to get the word out. This member packet will include a proclamation request so that you can ask your own town, your own city, hey, declare October 10th National Independent Costume Store Day in Biloxi, Mississippi, or whatever, so that you get a little bit of that going. We have created press releases that you can easily customize with your own store name and with the activities that you will hold at your store on October 10th. And you can send out that release to your own local media or to influencers or to websites, wherever you get your news now. We feel like that's a great place to share that. We've created a cool poster for this, and I'm going to show you all these things in a minute. We've created a cool poster for this, and we will send you the PDF that you can customize and print. And we're planning on also printing copies to send to you. Similarly, stickers, some cool stickers that we will customize and you can put up all around your community to draw people to your store for October 10th. We also have created some social media assets for you, like a Facebook cover. You can put that on and let the world know. Wherever's at your Facebook page, we'll see it. And of course, activities for the day. We got a long list of activities, suggested ones, and we'll keep adding to that as we learn about what other people are doing so that you can have some ideas. Of course, we're not doing this in a vacuum. These companies here, Disguise, KBW, Ellie Shoes, Graftobian, Loftus, and Ben Nye. So far, they are the sponsors. They are the people whose donations are paying for us to do this. Please keep them in mind when you are preparing for this day. And hopefully we'll be adding to that list too. All right, I'm going to stop my share for a minute. And then what I'm going to do is pull up the website for this so that we can see what some of these assets are. In the meantime, though, if you have any questions about the day or about what we've been talking about, go ahead and fire away. We've got at this event today, we have several board members and people who know what's going on. While I'm getting this page up, in fact, let me introduce Cortland Hickey from Chicago Costume. Cortland has been one of the key drivers of this effort. He's the chair of the committee for the effort, and he's the owner of Chicago Costume in Chicago, and he's also a vice president of the NCA. Cortland, do you want to say a few words?
Well, thank you so much, Ed. Yes, I'd love to. And thank you, everybody, for attending. And thank you in advance for everybody to participate in our holiday. National Independent Costume Store Days coming up soon. We've been working really hard. You know, it's it's a busy time of the year, Halloween, but we're I'm putting a lot of effort into to bring this holiday, the publicity that it deserves. Obviously, Ed and I have worked together. He's put together a lot of this really great stuff, but we are really going to be focusing a lot on national media and national media attention. Um, you know, uh, Over the years, we've republished and published a number of things on costumers.org. But a lot of my stories, a lot of the work that I've done with national media, picked up by the AP last year. Also, we've got connections with CBS News National, and of course all the local Chicago stations, which is a pretty big market as well, both as far as television, print, and print and online, as well as the radio and all kinds of other media that are following these kind of things. But the idea is simply this: that independent costume stores are the beating heart of the costume business. We've been around a long time. We are seeing everything as it's happening in real time. We're real individual people. We are open year round and are part of and contributing to our communities. And we play a really vital role into people's not only celebration of Halloween, but their consumption of costume goods on a year round basis. And I myself am planning a huge party at both my locations. We're going to have face painters and human statues and visits from all of the local sports team mascots, and hopefully there'll be plenty of press there, and probably some popcorn and cotton candy and stuff like that as well as promotional items, discounts, deals, things like that. We're trying to really push everything out during that time. But in addition, this holiday is actually about everybody. It's not just about me. It's not just about any individual store. It's about all of the independent costume stores, and it's about raising up everybody all at once. That the attention and the information that we give out say, hey, we are not Spirit Halloween. We are not Walmart. We are not Amazon. We are your local costume store. We sell costumes, masks, makeup, and accessories year round. You can patronize us. We are part of your community. Please recognize that. And I think that that's a message that really resonates with a lot of people. So that is in my opinion, the core of the celebration and the holidays, a place and a time for people to come out and remember and make their purchases and come out and check out the store. I mean, my store is an attraction. People come in here and say, I just was coming in because it looks interesting. It looks like cool stuff. So I think that it's going to be really good. And we're putting a lot of effort and a lot of time and pulling out, a lot of connections to get this holiday really going. So thank you, Ed.
Thank you, Cortland. All right, folks, let me just show you the resource page that we have developed, and then we can kind of talk some more about that. Um, so this page on our site, which all the members will get emailed, so you'll have access to it, includes the things that we've been talking about. The press release is a Word file you can easily download. Um, the logo and the poster are downloadable. Everything is downloadable here, so it's easy to pull down and take a look at, use as you want. Um, the government proclamation thing is a document that you can easily edit for your own community, etc. Now, I wanted to specifically show you this ideas for the day. Again, this is a list of things that we've just been talking about. When we have it, there's a link that you can click on to see something written about how another member has done this kind of thing in the past. So, of course, doing some kind of a workshop or demonstration is a fun idea, gets people in the store. Pumpkin decorating contests are always fun. Any kind of decorating, pumpkin decorating, making decorations for outdoors, things like that. Contests are fun. Pet costume contest, horror look-alike contest, any kind of stuff like that. Attracts attention, brings people in the store. Several of our members have talked to us recently about having celebrities visit their store. These are like horror movie actors. It's remarkably inexpensive to get these folks to show up. They're not like major movie stars. But for people who like horror movies, these people are big attraction. Setting up part of your store as a photo op with some cool backdrops, some cool props, and tell people, hey, take your picture of us, put it on your social media. Behind the scenes tours, if you've got an interesting store. I mean, not everyone has an interesting store, but a lot of you I know do because I've been to a lot of your stores, and there's some cool stuff going on in the background. That if you are able to open that up for a couple hours, a behind the scenes tour would be super fun. History display. If your store's been around for a while, brag about it. Set up a little display about the history of your store just to emphasize that you're a longtime community member. You serve your community year round. And then this last item here is partnerships. Um, it's great if you have other businesses in your neighborhood or in your community that also want to join in the fun of Halloween. You can create partnerships by sharing costumes, coupons, or creating a map of the area or displays of merchandise, etc. Uh, so these are just some of the ideas that we are encouraging stores to do on that day. Like I said, we'll keep adding to that list as uh, as the day gets closer. All right, I'm going to stop my share here and open it up to questions. Does anyone have questions of us that we might be able to answer about this day? All right. If we don't have any questions, I think we're done. Cortland, you want to add anything else as we wrap up?
No, just I just got an email while we're here. I put talked about proclamations. I've been putting out some feelers to my local politicians, but here in Illinois we got a governor. He's Pritzker. I don't know if you guys know him. He makes the national news, but he is a lover of theater, and he actually made a proclamation at the Illinois Theater Conference recently, and I just got an email confirming that he may be able to be doing the proclamation for National Costume Store Day. So we do have a lot of it's going to be more than just Illinois, but Illinois is a big place, so we're going to have a lot of stuff that I think will be very, very big and really be hitting the news. And not just information about Target pulling a clown costume off their shelves. I don't know if anybody read that this morning, but positive news. This is a good informational story about Halloween. It's not about somebody creepy chasing somebody else. It's not about this thing. It's about people having fun, people having a good time, enjoying our product, enjoying the small businesses, all of those kind of things. So, a lot of the feedback I'm getting from friends and family, as well as in the community, is that it's going to be well received. So I hope everybody is able to participate in their own special way and help us out. I see a couple people on here, some of my sales reps. We could really use some suggestions on additional members to join NCA. I know a lot of people. There's a lot of stores out there. This is about growing our organization and growing, the influence in the business and growing the business. Right? There's a lot of people out there doing costumes. Maybe not necessarily all costumes all year round, but that might fit in as prospective NCA members. Feel free to send them my way, send them Ed's way. If you've got any ideas of people who might get a kick out of this. This is going to be a fun holiday. So, we're going to do a lot of it, and we're going to be really pushing it to our membership. All of the stores within the organization. So, a lot of effort has already gone into it, and the 1st of September is sort of our cutoff date as far as bringing in new sponsors. We got to get all these things printed and out there, all the media prepared. So. There's quite a few things that we're going to be getting done as we get into this final stretch of the season. So that's all stuff to kind of keep in mind.
And thank you, Cortland. We do have a couple comments that just came in. Marion asked, when will these items be sent to our stores? And that's a good question. Like Cortland said, the deadline for sponsorships is September 1st. So we will know exactly how big of a effort we can make on sending stuff. We do have enough sponsors already, as you saw, that we can print stickers and posters and get them mailed out. So I think the aim on that, Marion, will be to get everything out by the second week in September so that you'll have it by the third week. So you'll have 3 weeks to get it up and get it out. Then we had Nigel made a suggestion here. Thank you, Nigel. I'm just going to read this to you. He said, I would include an approach to buy local, building on what Cortland said, that your stores are part of the customer's community. The food industry does this for grocery items to buy local and from farm to table, etc. Why not take the same approach in Halloween items and everyday costumes and accessories? Great idea, Nigel. Thank you. Build on this buy local feeling that is out there, and for sure. And this is a great holiday to celebrate that.
And if I could just jump in,
So
I
go ahead.
feel, it's hard for me to keep my mouth shut when we get into these heavy issues,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of bad feeling in the independent community about how Spirit comes in as the great interloper and takes away their business. So I think we can approach this in a positive way because they just come in. It's like in New York, you have these guys outside of Trader Joe's. They set up their little vans and they try to get all the grocery business as people are going into Trader Joe's. It's the same thing happening here. They're kind of taking business away from your members. So I feel we should really approach this head on. We shouldn't put our heads in the sand about it. We are part of the community. Your stores are there all year long. Spirit comes in, takes the business, and leaves town. They're like carpetbaggers? I mean, they're a great account for me, but they're really, for you guys, they're the devil incarnate. So I just think we should really try to approach it in a positive way. You guys are doing great stuff. You're doing all these events and special things that Spirit doesn't offer. They just come in and their prices are not that low, as we know, but they make a big fuss about how great they look. They put so much into the store displays. I've been looking at Home Depot and Lowe's now. They're taking away your decor business. They really have impressive showings. And so the only way you're going to deal with this, since my approach, has always been let's work as a team. I know you guys are very creative. Everybody wants to do their own thing. We can at least do what you're doing and address it head on with all these special things that you do and how you are part of the community and you have a read on what your local customers want. Spirit doesn't have that. In Chicago, Cortland knows what events are happening. He's involved with the governor doing something or, you can just react to what your people want. And I just think there's whatever we can do to focus on that, it sets you apart from a chain. It sets you apart from these guys that just come in. They all have the same items. You really don't. Everyone's buying something that really, based on their experience, is going to be of real interest to the community. So whatever you can do to promote that, I just think that's a really, something we can do that might help your guys.
Thank you, Nigel. We
Thank
always
you. That was
appreciate your
nice.
support. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean, I would say it really does. It is about, it's about lifting us all up together. And I think that's really why I've got so much into it, because ultimately in this industry, we're all kind of in some ways competing with one another in lots of different ways, whether it's stores or manufacturers. There's a lot of like innate competition. And the point of this event and this holiday is that it's one thing that like everybody can kind of get together. And somebody told me this the other, like, oh, everybody, they agree with you. Well, look, this is one thing we can all agree on. This is a good idea for all the independent stores. The every day is the corporate purchasing day, but only one day could be the independent costume store day. So, yeah,
indeed.
thank
Thank you, Nigel. I mean, Cortland and Nigel.
Okay.
Pam asked, is the website information and forms available now? Yes, everything is there. After this meeting, I've been recording this meeting. I will send a link to this meeting so anyone who wasn't able to join can watch, along with the link to all those resources when we're done here. So we'll be out there and people can start working on their plans for that day.
Portland, I actually had a question for you.
you.
You said that you've been, in touch with a lot of like the local news sources
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
governor
100%.
and things like that. What's been your best approach to connecting with those kind of folks? Like, are you just getting on LinkedIn and looking for
Well,
contact info, or like
so,
what
you
what's your
know,
best approach to doing that so that I can promote on my end as well?
Absolutely. So, well, it's two things. I do a lot of other volunteer work in my community, which puts me in close contact with elected officials on a regular basis. Um, I have very strong opinions about things, not just in costumes. So you may not have noticed. So, if you've ever been at a community-based forum, it's a whole lot of situations where people get up and say their opinions about things. But in my case, obviously, I run festivals and do a lot of stuff that generates revenue that's given back to the community. So I have somewhat of a voice sometimes. But um, the main thing is actually my customers, right? So you don't realize who the people are walking through your door every day, but there's somebody doing something. And a very interesting sort of aside to that was that I run a street festival. It's called the Taste of Lincoln Avenue, and I've been running the festival as a volunteer opportunity for more than 20 years. But during Halloween, we got, through the festival, I got to know, I would do the press, right? So the press agent would send me the people and I would do interviews and stuff like that. But you just keep getting talking. You continue the conversation about, who am I? What am I doing? Where's my place in the world? And that particular producer was like, "Oh, I do this blog, but I'm also a producer for CBS News. Let's do a segment in your store during Halloween about all the stores." And so last year they came here and they spent like 3 hours. They did the entire morning show here. And during that segment, the the reporter that they sent, we had downtime in between my kids changing costumes and all kinds of silly stuff. We started talking and I was saying, "Hey, well, I really know this guy through the festival." And she goes, "Oh, you do that festival? Well, let me tell you, I met my husband at that festival. That's a great festival." So it was a real, like, making those individual connections with the people that you're interacting with, and creating the dynamic in which they can empathize and see your end of the story, as well as just trying to be out there and try to figure it out. But again, that's one example. I have plenty of people who walk in here who are my customers. We don't realize, my employees say this all the time. They're like, ooh, that person's a YouTube star. I'm like, that guy like, looks like he just rolled in off the street, but apparently that person's a YouTube star, and so there's all kinds of ways, the opportunities tend to walk through the door every day. I guess I would say you just got to be open and looking for them sometimes. So that would be my best advice.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great advice. And Cortland makes the point. I think that on the local level, it's going to be our buyer members who bring it home. I mean, at the national level, we'll do everything we can, but at the local level, the store owners should be the ones who can make the connections and put up the posters and get customers in their store, get them excited.
Yeah, I mean, Small Business Saturday from American Express, had nothing in the beginning, right? They just kind of, and now it's a nationally celebrated holiday just because they stayed with it and they promoted it. And they send their stuff out. So I mean, that's one example of a similar, type of situation, but not exactly the same.
Yeah, National Bookstore Day and National Record Store Day are very popular. I mean, here in Chicago, it's a big city, but it's jam-packed those stores on those days. It's a great model for us.
And you sent out that quick email where somebody had picked it up already, and the one thing that in Las Vegas or something like that,
Yeah.
and the one thing they mentioned in their blog post was like, "Well, this is a no-brainer. Like, there's about time. Where's the costume shop day?" So I thought that was very interesting.
Yep. Yeah, Nigel makes another point here. Uh, the more public events you do, the more PR exposure you will get. So volunteering at festivals and supporting charities in your communities is a great way to get free public relations for your stores. Yes, thank you, Nigel. Would anyone else like to comment or make suggestions or ask questions? All right. Well, let's put our heads together. Let's make this day great. Let's enjoy this holiday as a holiday, and let's bring in as many customers as we can to make it a celebration of local, year-round, community-focused costume shops.
Can I just say one thing? If
Of
you
course.
promote this discount on that day, All we're reading about is doom and gloom in the economy right now. If we showing that we have this great discount, and if you can do that as a national thing, everybody's giving 5% or 10%, whatever it may be, I would promote that because I think that's a big deal in today's world, right? Everybody's looking for a break and a little bit of help. We know they're going to go out and buy Halloween costumes. Let's get them into your stores and give them some sort of a deal, and I think that will help you.
Good point. Thank you, Nigel.
I guess I would just close by saying, when we send out emails about this particular subject, of course, any emails that we send out from the NCA, but in the next few weeks, as we send these emails out, please take a moment to actually read them and open them because, we take a lot of time and effort to put it, we're doing all this stuff. There's information. You took the time to come to this meeting, or maybe you're viewing this later, but that we're not just spamming people with information about it. Everything we're sending, every time we send out an email, it's got new information. It's got important information. It's got things that individual stores could do, things that we're going to be doing on the national level that is important. So please take the time and the effort to consume that information.
Indeed. Every email you get from the NCA is amazing. You should open them all. So, all right. Thank you, everybody. Glad you all came, and let's all keep in touch as we approach this day.
Great. Thank you, Ed.
Thanks, Ed.